In this lesson we'll be looking at a few more stone setting strategies. So far we have been using bezels, wire settings and a lot of beads for our pavés. So now we will be checking out some alternatives. I'll start off by bringing in a basic 5-stone template. Okay, and we'll just be using these datums to show off some of our settings. Now if we come into Jewelry Counter Design Studio, there is a Settings tab. So within our Settings tab we have a bunch of gemstone settings to pick from, and we'll take a quick look through some of these now. First of all, I'm going to bring in some gemstones on my datums to put our settings on. Come into my Gem Settings tab, place stones. Let's place a 1 carat round on our center gemstone datum. Then for our side datums, 5.75, and we'll also use a 5.25 round. Okay, so we have some gemstones in here that we can place settings on. I'm just going to move my datums around a bit so we have a bit more space. Change my entity filter to dimension. I'm using my shift right click to bring up the entity filter. It's the hotkey. Shift right click. Dimensions. Okay, we want to increase this dimension to move our gemstones around. Okay, and let's also increase this dimension. Okay, now let's place some of the settings that we have in the Counter Design Studio onto these gemstones. Okay, we'll start off with the Trellis Builder. Okay, there's 2 options currently to choose from. Okay, we come in and choose our ring size. This is the ring size here on the template, which we can view. If we left click on this show or hide dimensions toggle. Okay, so this is the ring finger diameter. This corresponds to a US size 7. Okay, we can place our trellis, whichever one we choose, onto the top datum. Okay, we have many options to choose from to customize our trellis. Okay, we can set our gem length, gem width, the gem height above the finger. Okay, there's many options to pick from, so I recommend playing around with these to get used to the effect that they have on the trellis. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this one in at its default. Okay, I'll cancel out of the tweak. So there is our trellis. Okay, we have Martini Settings. Okay, we have a couple of options again. We can bring in our Martini setting directly onto the gemstones. Okay, instead of onto the global datums. Okay, we need to adjust the gemstone size. We have a 5.75 round. Okay, again we have many options to choose from. I'm not going to go through all of them. You can come in and play around with these yourself. If you do not know what a variable, one of these parameters, does, just change it a little, tweak it a little bit, and see the effect on the preview. Okay, so let's confirm it there. Again, our tweak tool will pop up where we can make further customizations. Okay, but we don't need that. So that's our Martini. Next up we have our U settings. Okay, these all follow the same principles. We just place the setting on the gemstone, then we play around with the parameters of the setting to customize it how we want to. Okay, I'm going to move on from the U setting. We have a bezel setting here. We have center prong posts. Follows the same strategies. We have 4 to pick from. Okay, we just pick the gemstone, update the gemstone parameters. Okay, and we can play around with the rest of the parameters as well. Okay, our prong position. This allows us to move our prongs about the gemstone. Okay, moving on, we have our center arc prong posts. Again, we have several to pick from. Same process, pick the gemstone, update the gemstone parameters. Okay, and then we can play with the rest of the setting parameters. Okay, I'm not going to make too many changes here. I'm just showing you the tool. Confirm the operation, cancel out the tweak. Okay, finally we have our spline setting. Again, exactly the same, place it on the gemstone, update the parameters. Okay, you can make all the changes. Okay, so this is some of our settings, our gemstone settings within the Jewelry Counter Design Studio Lite. Okay, these all come in as components. You can then merge them. And make further changes to them if you want to perform some face offsets, fillets. Okay, they're here to be customized to suit your needs. So play around with these yourself to get a feel for them and their parameters, and we'll make use of one of these in the next part of the lesson.